I'm sure you're thinking that it's about time someone who knows valuations shares their opinion on Bitcoin's value. In this episode, I will share with you insider secrets on how to think about Bitcoin. I'm not going to get into the details of what Bitcoin is, how it works, where to buy it. There are many other videos you can watch to get that information. Instead, I will show you how to think Bitcoin so that you know what you're getting into. Ready? Let's think Bitcoin.
Hi, I'm Bharat Kanodia. I tell owners what their company's real estate and investments are worth. So far, I have valued over 2,000 businesses with assets worth $2.6 trillion. Let's hear from an avid Bitcoin investor, Garrett Goldman, who is a technology genius and owner of State Creative, a San Francisco-based web development company. He will share why he thinks Bitcoin is the future. All you, Garrett.
Thanks, Bharat. We have another $1.9 trillion stimulus package working its way through the system now. The influx of all of this new paper money reduces the value of dollars already in circulation, and the devaluation of our dollar has real consequences. Our buying power is eroding quickly, so I'm interested in investments that can protect against the ravages of inflation. In the past, gold has acted as a great hedge to inflation, but people aren't flocking to it as they have for millennia, and despite the fertile growing conditions, the price has stagnated. There's only one reasonable explanation for this. Gold is finally being replaced by something better, and that something better is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is decentralized, censorship-resistant, it's easy to store and send. Its performance is also unmatched. It's the best performing asset on earth in the last 10 years. Some of America's oldest financial institutions are even beginning to align themselves with Bitcoin, including the Bank of New York Mellon, Morgan Stanley, and Soros Fund Management. Finally, I love the community. I am forever fascinated by the founder, Satoshi Nakamoto, and the mythology that Bitcoin celebrates. Back to you, Bharat.
Great to have you. To value an asset like Bitcoin, let's consider the three traditional approaches to value: income, sales comparison, and cost.
Let's start with income. Income approach is simple. Estimate the future cash flows from the asset and present value them based on a reasonable discount rate. Well, in Bitcoin's case, there is no future cash flow. There are no dividends, no payouts, no earnings. You will only make money when you sell. So the income approach is out. Second, market or sales comparison approach. Here, we take a similar asset with a market transaction and correlate its value to our subject, which is Bitcoin. What asset is most similar to Bitcoin? Ethereum? Other cryptos? If yes, then why are their values so different? What's so special about Bitcoin? In absence of any comparative asset, I cannot apply a market approach.
So let's move on to the third and the final approach to value, the cost approach. What will it take to rebuild or recreate Bitcoin? Is it worth the system or the code or the software it runs on? If so, how do you value that? Its system and code is hidden and not available for public scrutiny. In which case, again, we cannot value Bitcoin using the cost approach. So the three approaches to value did not work because its value is unquantifiable using traditional methods. And that is why, instead of using traditional methods, let's focus on how to think Bitcoin.
Imagine you are a pioneer heading out west in search of land, abundance, and freedom. You pass 1,000 miles of fertile plains of the Mississippi and Middle America and come to the Rockies. Abundance is the word that comes to mind. Thick, lush trees, deep, fast-flowing rivers, green, flowery valleys. This is the great American West.
Now, given a choice, what would you buy? The river, or would you buy the valley, or the trees, or the hills? To that, one might say, why not all? What is the worth of that valley, or the river, or the trees? If someone sold 100 trees for 10 cents, Is that the value? If someone sold $1 an acre of land, is that the value? Nobody back then knew the what or the how or the why that land is going to be useful. They just knew it will be someday.
And while trading tangible assets like oil, land, lumber, and gold, fortunes were made and lost. These are tangible assets, things that can be used in our daily lives. Frankly, most of the people we hear about today who made fortunes out west purchased land, held on to it, and put it to good use. As Bitcoin investors, you are in the same position as the pioneers who were trying to estimate the value of America's natural resources in the 1850s.
Or think of the dot-com boom in the late 90s. Did you know which dot-com was valuable and which one not? One could buy a .com for $10 a year, still can. But the domain name itself, without any pre-existing name recognition, is worthless. Similarly, cryptocurrencies too, without any underlying assets or a use case, it is pure speculation, like a domain name or art.
Why does someone pay hundreds of millions of dollars for a Picasso or a Pollock? Because they think that if they buy it and hold it, it will be worth more tomorrow. No reason, no rationale, just based on human need to attain the unattainable, and of course, inflation. When you buy Bitcoin, think of it like buying a piece of art or land in the open West. It might be worth more someday, so long as the authorities do not find reasons to declare it illegal.
I don't think the government's going to ban Bitcoin anytime soon, so long as it's pegged on the US dollar, kind of like gold or oil. But if Bitcoin starts to emerge as an independent currency, all bets are off. Thanks for watching.